Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? We're back here. It's been a little bit of a break. I took a few weeks, had a lot of stuff going on. One of the most important things is got the JZX title, which was super sweet. It actually took me 3 days. The DMV asked me to leave. They thought it was fraudulent, and I came back. So we got a title, plates, insurance, everything. Leah's actually driving that now because the pink Sylvia is kind of hurting. We'll get into that later. But I got this. I got the pink FD. I'm gonna go over what's going on about it, and then I also got to get this thing running again. I finally rebuilt the motor, trans back in, drive shaft back in. Check this guy out. Just got to get the rad, fan clutch, you know, some intercooler piping, exhaust. Hopefully that thing fires up and is good to go, but who knows. All right, so it's a 92 FD RX-7. It has a lovely 1JZ. Fun fact about this car basically has been Frankenstein together with spare parts. When we initially built it, me and my buddy Pat, we kind of started using everything we had just laying around. So like this, all of this is just random pieces of stuff we had from either his 2J car or some of my other SR cars or whatever I had at the time. But it works for now. I did plan on revamping it. It just, every time I go to touch it, something else takes me away. Anyway, very simple setup. It's actually an FD RX-7 Koyo rad flipped upside down. There's a little crossover pipe down here. When I throw it up in the air, I'll show you. Some tabs mounted on there just so I can use that. Again, just reusing everything. It is a Greddy T3 turbo, stock manifold, external gate, dump tube to atmosphere, which I like to recirc, but it is what it is. What else? We have an ABS delete, big massive fans from Spall, and that's really it for up here. There's not too much going on. Figure we'll go over here. Unfortunately, the weekend I painted this car. Me and my dad, my buddy Jimmy, we got this thing all taken care of. The weekend we painted it, they're sitting there trying to make it perfect, absolutely perfect. And I'm literally telling them, I'm like, I'm gonna crash this car. Like, we don't have to do this. Don't spend the time on this, whatever. So, spend all this time. They wanted to make the fenders nice, all this stuff. They're aftermarket, they're fiberglass. They never really fit nice anyway. So they're sitting there sanding and all that stuff. I'm like, guys, seriously, let's just blast the color. The weekend after, I blew this whole door in, this whole quarter panel in, the entire rear bumper, which was, actually, it looks pretty decent now. This was cut here, here, there, which is actually happened again. Leah hit a cone right there. This whole bumper just ripped off day one, day two, hit a tire stack, killed the whole door. And since then, my Lamborghini doors just don't really line up anymore. They hit right here, it's terrible. I want to redo that, pull the fenders off, refit the fenders. Nothing's really been, you know, working there since. Got the AM dash. Let's see. I disconnected the battery, of course. It's been a little dirty. It's just been neglected. Full toolkit and everything. So battery in the trunk, twin pumps. We have a surge tank from Radium back here. I want to say it's like a 340 in tank or maybe a 450 in tank to either a 340 or 450 up here. This is the nightmare part of this car, and I'm actually going to redo this whole thing, but not right this second. Anyway, let's give the car some juice over here. Jump over here. So I did a little like kill button thing, which is sweet. Go over here, turn it on. Got ASD Hydro, which was actually a pull up, cut it off, mounted it so it's pull back. Serial 9 shifter. Of course, you have to have the Hans Halo. Both sides. This is a Marco. I got the seat for a steal. Traded this kid 2 NRG seats. Anyway, so you got the AM dash right there. Got Beans. You can toggle through some of these screens. My buddy Beans. Oh, it's kind of blown out. Got the Scrub Daddy. But yeah, I'm gonna throw this thing up in the air for you. Check it all out underneath. But that's that.
3, 2, 1, go.
What? 3, 2, 1, go where? go away so we can get to work because we have too much.
What clips? What are you doing?
Welcome back. We're getting to work because we've slacked off way too hard. And that's it, Leah.
What exactly is being done?
We're doing a fuel cell because I'm an idiot.
Hang on, buddy. You're tearing
Hang on, it's called on the.
Oh
rotating it. I was cutting the bottom.
gosh. So what kind of idiot are you?
So we're cutting the floor out to put a fuel cell because. You good? The RX-7 fuel cells our fuel tanks are terrible, and mine's rusty, and I keep getting rust in my injectors, and the car doesn't work.
So now we're gonna cut it up more?
Fuel cell. We have this ugly tank. We have that beautiful fuel cell radiator. We're gonna basically cut this seam right here, across here, across there to this seam, which is lovely. You can pretty much see everything. Come across, and then I've square tube. I'm gonna fucking weld some square tube in, drop it down.
The battery.
That's it.
Alrighty. Should we go get the plasma cutter?
No plasma cutter.
Why
It's
is that?
dangerous.
Really?
That's an 8.
I thought it was gonna make it easier.
No, it's scary. You don't get nice clean cuts with it.
Oh. So what are you gonna use in the meantime?
Cut off wheel and a sawzall.
Nice. Your BFFs.
Something like that.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's get this started.
Yeah.
Step 1 is removing the battery.
Step 1 was done 3
Well,
hours ago.
step
when you were
1's
sleeping. So luckily, we can see the seam in the weld, so we can pretty much just follow that.
You've done this before?
No.
Hmm.
All this is garbage anyway. I've never done any of this before, but if you see this and you can make a rear firewall, hit me up. Cut the floor. We are the most precise 2 men with a ruler and a Sharpie.
That was a bad line.
What?
This.
It's a good line.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, no, I fucking jumped right off as soon as I pulled it. Oh, you know what?
What?
We didn't pull the sway bar out. It's on the inside of the sway bar. This whole thing is where the sway bar kind of dents forward. So, the sway bar where the exhaust is,
Yes.
it like bumps over. That's why I pulled it forward. But if you want, just cut the rest with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can just.
All the stuff is down here. All the treasures.
Yeah.
I'm pulling all the shit out so I don't cut any of it with the sawzall and hit it.
What, a fucking straw? You're worried about cutting a straw?
We have to cut this straight across back here. This whole thing we're getting rid of.
Yeah.
So we got to cut from here straight across. There's a couple support beams that the sawzall is going to have to go through. And then we pop that out. And then we're going to clean it all up. The frame rails here, you have like an inch on both sides. So we're trying to get as close as we can because then we're going to clean it up. Because this line, I want most of the trunk to be flat, not indented. So, but
Okay,
still sturdy.
Not super. It's pretty flexy there.
Jump in it, let's see. It's proven more difficult than we expected. Holes. Sometimes these tools don't work that well.
Are we at the fun part yet?
The fun part started when we started cutting.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I didn't get to do anything, so. Hey, actually, can I do the last piece?
Yeah, it should be fine.
You looked at Dan like, no.
Clean all that up afterwards. Come on, top. There you go. Ooh! That's the floor! Alright, so here we are. You can see right through the car. Cleaned up the frame rails over here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. The rest of it's just cleaned up so you don't cut yourself on it. Now, unfortunately, somebody broke the welding extension cord, so I got to move the car over there, back it in, and we're going to basically mount the cell, weld the bars in level, hopefully, and make it nice and nice. But so far, this is it. Unfortunately, when I had the sway bar, in here, when I was cutting with the sawzall, it jumped off this because it's like pushed over, and I couldn't get this, and then I ended up cutting it, so it's not pretty, but whatever. It's gonna look sweet though. So we're gonna go plate the trunk. We're mocking up the fuel cell. We're gonna plate the trunk and then put some nice square tubing in there to hold all this. And here it is. This is our jig setup. Got a couple boxes. This is the idea. We're gonna put some bars in here, weld some stuff, glue some stuff together, and that's it. Prepping our plate steel so that it welds nice. Terrible. All right, he's grinding the tube that we just cut. There's the weld and patch panels, right there and there. So our first bar is gonna go across, and then we're gonna set the level and make sure everything's all square after that. So we got the plates in all the way around. We got the tube tacked up for the front. It's looking pretty good for what it is. So there's your first plate up there, second. That's it, right there. We mounted it already. I'm gonna weld in the corners now and put the fuel cell in.
Get you a little inside shot of what's going on here.
So here's your plates, your bars, everything's welded in. I couldn't do the front, unfortunately, because there's a little bit of gap, so I gotta still do the bottom here. And again, the bottom and the back over here, but you get the idea. Not half bad. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not a fabricator, so here we are. Everything's burned in. Now we're gonna mark it all, drill some holes, and then nut cert the whole thing. All right, so we bolted this bad girl in. And it looks fully sick. Now we ran out of daylight, so I have to still wire fuel pumps. I gotta pull the ones out of the old tank and the surge tank, wire them up so the car will run again. But as of today, we're finishing there. So thanks for watching. Sorry I've been completely all over the place, and we'll try to keep this going. Thanks, bye. Bye.